Oh yeah. Guess who's back in the house? What's going on? And for everybody tuning in and watching the actual podcast on video, you're probably wondering who's this devilishly handsome, dashingly handsome young man I'm seeing right now. Well, maybe not young man, but young looking man. Yeah, man. I had to chop it off, guys. I look different. For everybody listening in on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you find your favorite podcast, I done cut the hair. And like my man Meth Bleak once said on the Jay-Z song, It's All Right. When I drop to a Caesar, Ma don't need you. From the projects to the hot two-seater. You heard? Shout out to Bleak, man. He getting some heavy run lately. I think Barbara Streisand or Bette Midler recently tweeted him or retweeted him. Shout out to Bleak. Anyway, yeah, man, it's the new look for your boy. I got to be age appropriate, but I hope everybody's good. Hope you're okay. I hope everything is fine and dandy. It's been a while since I last saw you. I think we talked about the NBA schedule with my main man Deshaun Tate last time. But now we're gonna move on. We got some football to talk about, guys. And the reason why you probably came to this podcast today, you saw my crazy title, like, what the hell is fantasy football, Dice? Well, football and the triple double. Well, I'll tell you. I had a great weekend, okay, guys. Well, let me tell you, a football triple double is when your pro team, your college team, and if you have a fantasy team, they are all victorious during the same weekend. Now, this happened to me week one, guys. I'm not going to lie. My Detroit Lions, yes, I claimed them publicly, been claiming them publicly. They came to Arrowhead Stadium and defeated the the reigning Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs at the crib, opening night, Thursday night for the whole world to see. And I don't care. Oh, Travis Kelce didn't play. And Chris Jones didn't play. I don't care. Most of y'all still thought Kansas City was going to win. Most of y'all was still negative, thinking like the Lions going to be the Lions and stink it up. So shout out to my Lions. Shout out to my Michigan Wolverines, sans Jim Harbaugh at the time. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my fantasy team week one. So we did that. I should have, podcasted in, but I didn't. I thought, the match would continue. Then we went to week two, and obviously, we stunk up the bed. And, Michigan won and my fantasy team lost, man. But my fantasy team lost week two and Detroit Lions lost. And that's my fault, Lions. I do apologize. If you're a fan, subscriber, and you follow my Instagram page, diceyworld.com on Instagram, you saw for the first Dice of the Month picture, or the Dice of the Month picture for September, just to match my Dicey World colors, I had the Seattle Seahawks, the old school, the blue and green, because those are Dicey World colors, man. I want to get to the point when you guys see in blue green, you thinking Dice or Dicey World. So I rocked the Seattle Seahawks jersey, the vintage retro colors, and that same weekend we lost to the Seattle Seahawks. So Detroit Lions fans, put it on me. That was my bad. That was my fault, guys. My bad. But everything else was good though, man. So all my teams rebounded week three. You know what I mean? Michigan won again. Uh the Lions beat who we beat? Who we play? Oh, Atlanta Falcons, ATL, the Dirty Birdies. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all though. I love y'all. I love all my Atlanta teams. It's like one of my home away from homes, but anytime you rock out against my Detroit teams, man, you got to go. You got to go down. And they did. So shout out to my Lions for finishing the task. And my fantasy team won. Scored over 170 points. I got Justin Jefferson. That was my number one pick. Stephon Diggs. A lot of players from the waiver wire. My quarterback is Justin Herbert. So I'm feeling pretty good, man. Shout out to everybody out there who got their football triple double. And the ultimate dream for you football fans is to have the football triple crown. Now, Dice, what's the football triple crown? It's when your pro team, your college team, and fantasy team all win the national championship. Ooh, or the Super Bowl or whatever. Now, the odds of that happening, you might have a better shot of getting electrocuted in your bathtub. But hey, like my man KG once said, anything is possible. All right, boom. So we did that. Boom, roasted. Shout out to Mike Scott. So we did that. Prime time in Colorado. Oh man. So, I've been loving Deion Sanders since 1989. Came out one of the best drafts ever. Shout out Troy Aikman, Derek Thomas, Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders. But yeah, though, I've been loving him since the ATL with the Jerry curl, the gold, everything, the look good, feel good, play good, pay good, that whole mantra persona. I'm all in. And like Primetime said, I've been the winner all my life. Everywhere I go, I win. And that's a fact. That's true. Now, just because I support somebody, I don't root for them, it doesn't mean that I'm rock with them like blindly. Meaning like, you know, I can recognize and be real and authentic about the situation. Like I can support you and root for you, but that don't mean I think you're gonna automatically win. So, Deion Sanders, who should have been hired by alumni uh, school, Florida State Seminoles University. That's another story for another time, though. But he inherited a Colorado team that only won one game. No, not in conference or home game, road game, just one game all of last year. All right. Came in this year, a lot of hype, changing things up. He's 3-0. People talking about he's changing the culture. He's a culture changer. And that's true. And they're getting comparisons to the Fab Five. Now, I did hear that. Now, I got to stop everybody right there. Now, in terms of the culture change and the culture shift, I do agree. Colorado is definitely changing the culture, shifting the culture. When you got all stars and celebrities from other disciplines and fields and careers coming to Colorado games in Boulder, Colorado, and they ain't just for the tree, dog. They come to Colorado for prime time. You know what I'm saying? To check him out. Whether it's The Rock, Offset, Lil Wayne performing, the list goes on, and that's great marketing, promoting by Deion. As a matter of fact, one of my homies. Shout out to my man Daryl. He sent me a clip that Deion even had his players' Instagram, X handles, or Twitter handles on the back of the jersey. So instead of like their last names, the back of the jerseys, they had their at handles. That's so promotional and just a genius move by Deion. Never thought about that. And that kind of goes in, what the coach from Oregon said this past week. We're not playing for clicks. We playing for wins. Not mad at the spill, the whole sentiment and speech. Do whatever to get your team hyped up. But like you've heard before, I've heard too as well. Oregon, you are doing the marketing. You are trying to get clicks. Your school is the home of Phil Knight, the home of the CEO of the swoosh man, of Nike. These fools, in the last 8 years, I have yet to see Oregon with the same uniform. Just wear the same uniform twice. So come on, bro. Y'all know what y'all are doing. Y'all heavy on the PR too. But I did see, and I'm sure you heard about this too. And I'm at Mark Lamont Hill's Instagram page. He kind of like screenshotted this tweet that I'm sure everybody has heard or talking about. And it's from I'm gonna put it on blast. Screw it. At Carrie C. Still. Oregon is taking a stand for all of us. And like Mark Lamont Hill said, who is us? And what exactly is this stand they're taking? Comments like these are very telling. Salute to Deion Sanders for the work he's doing to build the program. They'll be back stronger than ever. I wonder what all of them will say then. So, and what Deion said, you better get me now. I'm not mad at that. Now, you could try to be, objective and play the devil's advocate and say that, okay, us is referring to the old guard and traditionalists and gatekeepers who want to preserve the tradition, the legacy of college football the way we know it. But who are the gatekeepers? Who are the people? Who's the establishment? We know who they are. All right. Come on, me talking about white people, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why I infer. I don't know Miss Carey still trying to apply that. But that's what I infer. That's what we inferred. And just like the Fab Five, we're hating on Bill Walton. Everybody loves Bill Walton. Walton this. Oh, I love Bill Walton. He's so cool, so groovy, gravy dead, Grateful Dead. No, screw that, G. I remember back in 1991, this dude was trying to excoriate the Fab Five. I mean, you really think about how Chris Webber and Jalen Rose how they played out, man. Their careers, their lives. Chris Webber is a philanthropist. He's heavy into African American history and art. Jalen Rose is a champion of education, got the Jalen Rose Learning Academy. But according to, if you do listen to Bill Walton back in 1991, these fools was NWA Part 2. They was the most murderous. You know what I'm saying? So screw you, Bill Walton. As Dion says, I keep receipts. I kept that receipt. So screw you, man. So anyway, I'm sensing a lot of hate between the Fab Five and Colorado, but it's two different. I feel like we kind of making two different comparisons. Yeah, we got the similar culture change. Like I said, Dion's bringing in, star celebrities, even by the optics, the aesthetical and physical appearance of the coach. You know, Dion coming in with his shades on, his gold, his Nike, his hat, you know what I'm saying, his snapback. You know what I mean? He chilling his own Deion Sanders Nike shoes. And I can't confirm this, but knowing what kind of religious person and spiritual person Dion is, he has the little initials JC, you know what I'm saying, on his shoulder. Now I know JC don't stand for just chilling. You feel what I'm saying? That was a freestyle. That was a good one. But it's got to stand for Jesus Christ. I ain't mad at that. On defense, you know what I'm saying? If you're a captain, you get a D. D for dog. If you're a captain on offense, you get an L for leader. So little small little things like that are changing, man. And like you can feel the whole nation gravitating towards Dion. And even Dion said we about 7 to 8 dogs away. He gonna get that in the next year or two. But I must say this though: the difference between the Fab Five and Colorado collegiately, as it relates to like culture change, it's two different things. So Colorado has 1 or 2 good players and nobody else. Like Deion Sanders is the headline. He's the marquee. With the Fab Five, you actually had, the best recruiting class, like the players of all time. So that's one. So Colorado's the coach, and then with Michigan, it's the players. You had Chris Webber, the #1 overall pick, Jalen Rose, a lottery pick, Juwan Howard, a top 5 pick. I don't see that. I don't see that with Colorado. But yeah, though, holler at me in a couple of years when Dion get those dogs, and we'll see. All right, I'm about to leave, guys. 'Cause I'm actually about to prepare and get ready for this game, this WNBA game, this doubleheader slate tonight. But I wanted to go back. Shout out to the WNBA. Shout out to Dicey Dice. Yours truly. Yes, yours truly. I told you last podcast with Deshaun, I said, you know what? I'm going to start doing a bucket list, bro, like a weekly segment on the website called the Bucket List. And our first bucket list, I was going to dedicate to the WNBA, and I did the top 5 WNBA players, bucket getters. Let me go to it right quick, man. You can check it out though. Go to diceyworld.com. Go to my blog section. It's called The Daily Dice, and you can see it there. Shout out to me though, man. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. The bucket list. Dicey World's top 5 ballers. Who I got? I ain't gonna tell you who the top 5 is, but I do know Breanna Stewart was named the MVP today. She's definitely my top 5 list. Breanna Stewart of the New York Liberty. Shout out to her. You can't go wrong with that. It was either going to be between her and the Las Vegas Aces reigning Defensive Player of the Year, A'ja Wilson. Now, I said this for the longest of times. Now, let me just put it on wax, as my man D Tate will say. Because, shout out to my man Mike, my main man Mike. I said, Mike, whoever wins the MVP, the other team's going to the championship, the world championship, or the WNBA championship, crowning NBA or professional, champions as world champions has been kind of controversial recently. So let me just fall back and say WNBA champ. So say for instance, I said if A'ja Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces is named MVP, then I have the New York Liberty winning the whole WNBA championship. But conversely, if Breanna Stewart is named MVP, then I have the Las Vegas Aces winning the championship. So today, Breanna Stewart was named the MVP. So that means congratulations, Las Vegas. Your Aces are going to win the WNBA championship back to back. As my man Magic Johnson would say, back to back. Yeah. And shout out to Winning Time, man. You know, it's a good show. So sad that had to, you know what I'm saying, get canceled from HBO. But anyway, though, guys, that's my time. Speaking of canceling, just remember anything can happen in Dicey World. I'm Hasta La Vista, Pasta and Pizza. Till next time, check out your boy, listen, subscribe, do all that kind of good stuff, man. But this was fun, and I'll see you next week. Holla at your boy. Peace.